In Supreme Court today, there is going to be interesting resolution which is going to get discussed. The resolution is to eliminate cash deposits or cash donations to any political parties in India, whether they are done by normal day citizens like you and me as well as big corporations. And it's going to get replaced by something called electoral fund system, which basically means that all these deposits will get digitalized. That means we will know who has funded who or who is giving donations to who, whether it's you and me or it's big corporations. And government is fighting against it. The current government BJP is fighting against it to make sure this does not happen. Now why do they want that? But let's discuss first what grounds they are using to do that. And they are basically using our constitution with specific article 19 section D. Let's take a look at the article first and then we'll discuss why government doesn't want you to know who is funding them. So basically we are going to take a look at article 19 section E. The section E says right to information. The last line reads, and the right of voters to know the antecedents of electoral candidates. Antecedents is the word that we need to focus on because it means that any political candidate who is fielded for any election in India, wherever, we need to know history of it. We need to know if they're criminally charged, is there any past of them, we need to know. But this is very vague. And because it's vague, it can be interpreted 10 different ways, and that's what government is still doing. One of the main lawyers who is fighting against this for the government side have said that the citizens have a right to know the record of the people, and the lawyers who are fighting for the government on this issue has specifically said, and I quote, that the right to know the criminal antecedents of the candidate, which can be of utility and relevance to the choice of the candidate, is neither comparable to the case on hand, nor can there be any general right to know anything and everything for undefined ends. Now what it means is that we don't have right to know who is funding what political parties, because they are using this vague amendment, this vague article in the constitution to get around it. And the thing is, it's not just a BJP issue or it's just not a Congress issue. Any political party in India does not want you to know that who is funding them, because if we do, then all these quid pro quo activities will get stopped. It cannot be like you scratch my back and I scratch yours, because that's what usually happens. That's what has been happening, whether it's Congress, whether it's BJP, whether it's any other party. That's usually happens, that all these big corporations, all these big billionaires in India basically gets all these government contracts and everything, and then they get something in return as well. The political parties get something in return, and you know what they get in return. And to stop that, Supreme Court is actually doing something good for once. I don't think that's going to work, because the amendment the government is going to use, or the article government is going to use to fight against this, it's so vague, and the article in question will get used by the government the way they want to do, to make sure that you don't know who is funding who.